After 24 races, we are here for the most important one. We are here for the season finale of the Bass Pro Shops Cup Series Season 6. 9 drivers are within striking distance of winning this championship. They include Julie Stewart, Jeffrey Finge, Michael Nemechek, Garrett Jones, Jacob Stumpf, Charles Jackson, Greg Jones, Richard Johnson, and Jordan Ippolito. 9 drivers, 20 laps to determine the champion of the EPRL Bass Pro Shops Cup Series Season 6. On the pole is a non-chaser, but he won the Bud Shootout. That is Eric Burton. Alongside him, a driver that is in the chase, but he's mathematically eliminated. That is Zach Buchanan. Starting third, a non-chaser, but a former champion, Courtney Simpson. Fourth is Richard Johnson, 12 points out of the championship lead. Can he get it done? Starting fifth is Dylan Young in the 45. All these drivers still have a great shot at winning this winning the race, and 9 drivers have a great shot at winning the championship. Let's go over where the chasers are going to start, starting with the point leader, Julie Stewart. She starts about mid-pack more than anything. Second in points is Jeffrey Finge in the 07 car. He starts ahead of Julie Stewart. Tied for second in points with him is Michael Nemechek. He starts behind both of those two. And also tied for second in the standings is Garrett Jones. He starts pretty far back, but with Rex early, it might be a good thing to be in the back. Jacob Stumpf is 5th in points. He's got a shot at winning the championship. In his rookie year, he starts mid-pack. 6th in points, Charles Jackson, after a very rough Phoenix, getting wrecked multiple times. He starts about mid-pack, a little more towards the front. 7th in the standings is Greg Jones. You can actually see him right back there in the AmeriQuest Ford. 7th in points, he's 12 points out of the point lead. Richard Johnson is also 12 points out. There he is in the number 12 Kodak car. He starts way up near the front, starting 4th. Final drivers to still have a shot at this championship is Jordan Ippolito, and this is a great track for him to make a huge rebound at. He won this race earlier in the season, but the thing is, he has to win this race, otherwise he has no mathematic shot at winning it. Along with Richard Johnson and Greg Jones, they have to win this race. Charles Jackson needs to have a perfect day pretty much as well. So with that said, let's actually go over the other chasers that aren't in contention. Chris Summers, the Season 2 champion, is not going to go take the championship trophy for the second time in his career. Zach Buchanan was one of the favorites entering the chase to win it all. He starts second, but he's not in any championship contention. And Greg Jones, well, starting right behind Greg Jones, I should say, is Andrew Schwartz, and there he is in the 22 car. So now, with all of that said, let's head back to the pace car. Get it on the pit road cam here, and we are going to get the cars rolling off here at Daytona. Also, we're at, before we get the command in about 30 seconds, we're going to quick go over the who's how many points out. Jeffrey Finge is 3 out. Michael Nemechek is 3 out. Garrett Jones is 3 points out of the championship lead. Jacob Stumpf is 9 points out. Charles Jackson is 11. Greg Jones is 12 points out, along with Richard Johnson. And Jordan Ippolito, final driver, still in contention, is 13 points out of the championship. So now let's send it down trackside to get the command of fire engines for the final time this season here at Daytona.
Drivers, start your
Feel the intensity, 20 laps, 42 cars, but 9 have a shot at winning the championship. The field rolls off for the final time this season. Oh man, this is going to be a great race here tonight at Daytona. Eric Burton trying to win his second race at Daytona. He won the Bud Shootout. Eric took over for Kenny Murray last year. And yeah, you can see the bumps. This is going to be a very bumpy racetrack here tonight, and it's going to affect a lot of the drivers. Really can't get over the bumps very well. One of the drivers that couldn't get over the bumps in practice was Julie Stewart. She was really having a tough time hanging on to that race car, and she actually spun out in turns 3 and 4, sustained no damage, got the very slight damage that she got it repaired and will not have to go to the back of the field. So here we go, entering turn 3 for the final time before we take the green flag here at Daytona. Final turns. Oh boy, this is going to be an incredible race. 9 drivers, 9 of the 12 drivers still have a shot at winning this chase that started off inside of the chase for the championship. Out of turn 4, Eric Burton, Zach Buchanan, Courtney Simpson, Richard Johnson, the front 4. Richard Johnson starting 4th. He is the highest starting driver that still has a shot at winning the championship. On the outside line, Richard Johnson, Charles Jackson, Jeffrey Finge, and Jacob Stumpf. All 4 of those drivers are in the chase. Actually, the front 5 on the outside are still in the chase, but 4 of them are in contention for a championship. We are underway here at Daytona. Final time this season. We already have trouble in the back. Dion Petty spun out. Many cars. I don't think any chasers got involved. Julie Stewart, the point leader, to the apron. She saved it. In trouble. Michael Nemechek is in the wall. Trouble. The point leader, Julie Stewart, gets through it. Jacob Stumpf spinning down the back straightaway. Henley flipping. Charles Jackson is wrecked. Michael Nemechek is in it. I believe Garrett Jones got through it cleanly. He did. Kyle Smith on the apron. Julie Stewart and Jeffrey Finge, 2 of the championship contenders, got through the first wreck of the race, and that could have saved them. Eric Burton wins the race back to the line. 2 big wrecks on the first lap of the race. Let's get you a replay of both of them. Actually, before we do that, let's quick look who's in it. Charles Jackson, his championship has come to an end. Richard Johnson looks to be done. Michael Nemechek could be done. Phil Jones is out. Stephen Dillon is out of the race. But let's get a replay of what happened here to bring out the first caution of the race. Alright, here's the replay. On the initial start, Dion Petty just wanted to draft with CJ. And got into him. He hit Brandon Bain. Dion goes to the outside wall. Stephen Dillon slides to avoid it. Oh, but Phil got into him. They both saved it, though. So Dion Petty, Anthony Emery, and CJ were the 3 main cars in it. But look at that car on the apron. That's Julie Stewart, the point leader. I believe Danny Wells turned her sideways, and that's what nearly wrecked the point leader. But Michael Nemechek, I cannot believe that happened right in front of the field, and most of the chasers didn't get in it. Well, all 4 of those guys, the first 5 drivers that made contact were all in the chase. 4 of them in which had a shot at the championship. Garrett Jones, how did he get through that? Oh, Steven plows into the 88 Snickers Ford, and 2 NNSCRA drivers are flipping down the backstretch at the Daytona International Speedway. Wow, Henley went a long ways as he flipped. Man, oh man, the first caution of the race takes out many chase drivers. Let's back this up and watch a few more angles. Drew Austin was upside down. Let's get another aerial of this. I mean, watch Garrett Jones get through this. I mean, Julie Stewart did a great job as well, but watch Garrett Jones slice and dice his way through this. Richard Johnson just clipped the right side of that 11, and he just barely missed Jacob Stumpf. So Garrett Jones just saved his championship hopes. Julie Stewart saved her championship hopes, and Jeffrey Finge saved himself as well. A lot of the drivers that are in the top, well, basically the top 2 in points, because we got a 3-way tie for second. So there's actually 4 drivers within the top 2 in points. But man, Drew Austin is upside down. He's done. Phil is done for the race. Stephen Dillon. Henley is out. CJ looks like he might be done. Galligan, Richard Johnson. A lot of the chasers are involved in the first wreck of the race, and we're going to get back to the restart, probably before the lights even go out, because we got a lot to talk about before we go back racing. Alright, the lights are still on the pace car, but we got to get you an update on how everybody is running. Now, this is the strange thing. You saw how many cars got involved in that wreck. Only 2 chasers have retired from this race. And those are Charles Jackson and Richard Johnson. Championship contenders, Garrett Jones, Michael Nemechek, Jacob Stumpf, deep in the field, but they're still in this. You can't count out anybody here at Daytona because, I mean, even if they have damage and they're off the pace, they could still sustain good enough of finishes to put themselves within the championship grasp. So Eric Burton leads, Dylan Young second, Courtney Simpson is third, Schwartz is fourth, and Greg Jones runs out your top 5. 6th is Julie Stewart. 7th, Jeffrey Finge. That's big, because right now Julie Stewart is your champion. 8th is Joshua Balkin. 9th, Jordan Apolito. 10th is Devin Hargett. 11th, Tio Bain. 12th, Carter Kozlowski. 13th, Chris Summers. 14th, Joseph Clark. And 15th is the king of super speedways, Mitch Speed. Alright, check on your championship leaders, as we already saw Julie Stewart and Jeffrey Finge. There they are. Michael Nemechek, where is he? He starts pretty deep in the field for this restart with damage. Also, Garrett Jones deep in the field. Jacob Stumpf is pretty far back. He's actually ahead of those other 2 that we just saw, Garrett Jones and Michael Nemechek. Charles Jackson is out. Greg Jones, I think he's near the front. Yeah, he is. So right now, Greg has a decent shot at winning this championship and race. Here we go, coming out of turn number 4, Eric Burton. Has nothing to lose. He's not in the chase. The front 3 aren't in the chase. The front 4 aren't in the championship battle because Schwartz is mathematically out of this. Coming out of turn number 4, the pace car will pull into the pits this time, and we're going to go back racing with 15 to go in the season. Eric Burton will lead the field back to the green flag. We're back underway here at Daytona. Julie Stewart able to hook up with Greg Jones. Now she looks to the bottom. Schwartz to the bottom. Apolito to the bottom. 3 chasers dive to the bottom of the track. 2 in which are still in the hunt. Look at these cars go. I mean, through 1 and 2. The bumps are so. They're just so dangerous because of, I mean, how bumpy it really is. Here's Finge looking to the bottom. He needs to outdo Julie by 3 chase points. And that's going to be tough to do. They're surviving 3 and 4. But this lead pack is really, really getting tight. Julie Stewart needs to be pushing drivers and not being pushed, because being pushed can get you wrecked. Where pushing somebody more than likely is not going to get you involved in a crash. Here comes Julie Stewart looking to the bottom. She's got 2 chasers in Greg Jones and Apolito drafting with her. Greg Jones gets turned sideways. He saved it. I'm speechless. Greg Jones. That could have been the save of the season, because if... Oh, no, Apolito spins out. Goes through the grass. Can he merge? And Mitch Speed gets turned. Summers is sideways. Big wreck in 3 and 4. And look at the leader. It's Julie Stewart. The championship leader is out front. Who all got wrecked in that is the biggest question. Julie wins it back. Garrett Jones is in it. His season is done. No. Poor Garrett Jones. He's had a really rough career, and if he would have won this championship, that would have just made it great for him. But unfortunately, he's done. Oh, no. Jacob Stumpf is wrecked. Man. Garrett's done. Buchanan, the chaser, is done. He is not in contention, though. No. Chasers are wrecked. Let's get a replay of what happened. Alright, so it started with Carter Kozlowski turning Apolito. And I believe these 2 guys were just reacting to that, thinking he would merge. When they went to move, they just ran into each other. Man, and when they came back up, the hole just closed up for these guys. I mean, Garrett Jones, one of the chasers, had a lot of time to react, but at the same time, you got to remember, these guys are traveling at 200 miles an hour. There's not much time to react really at all. And Kyle Smith, man, that's not how he wanted to end his season. He's already last in points. Tough break. But yeah, you pretty much got to say that Garrett Jones is the big story of this wreck. That's eliminating him from the championship. What a tough break for the 11. This season has been tough break. Wow, cars literally flying over them. That's incredible. Absolutely incredible. And Michael Nemechek got through that. You can't forget about him being tied for second in the standings. Man, oh man. Cars torn up, and feelings are torn up as well for some of those drivers involved. It's Julie Stewart leading the field and the championship as of right now. Let's get you back to the restart. Alright, getting the report that we're going to be going green here in 2 laps. After this most recent wreck, we're going to report the drivers that still can win the championship and who are mathematically eliminated from the championship. Julie Stewart is still obviously in a very good position to win this. Jeffrey Finge still has a shot. Michael Nemechek still has a shot. It's a long shot, though, for the 00. Greg Jones still has an opportunity to win this, and Jordan Ippolito also has a shot at winning the championship. As you saw the lights on the pace car go out as I was announcing them. Garrett Jones, Jacob Stumpf, Charles Jackson, and Richard Johnson of the drivers that came into this race with a shot, those are the 4 that are out. Summers, Buchanan, and Schwartz are also out as well, as we already noted. So what a tough break for those chasers, Garrett Jones, Jacob Stumpf, Charles Jackson, and Richard Johnson. They really had a great shot at winning the championship. Most specifically Garrett Jones and Jacob Stumpf, but most specifically of all those, Garrett Jones, because you got to remember Stumpf was 9 points out, and that's a lot. But Garrett Jones really still had a legitimate shot at winning it, so that is one less worry for Julie Stewart. But it's still not how you want to go out for the championship. But the leader for the restart is the point leader, Julie Stewart. Second is Eric Burton. Third, Courtney Simpson. Fourth, Andrew Schwartz. And fifth is Dylan Young. Sixth, Jeffrey Finge. Seventh, Joshua Balkin. Eighth, Devin Hargett. Ninth, Greg Jones. And 10th is T.O. Bain. So, this is going to be incredible for this restart. Summers is still in the race. He's not a championship contender, but he's in the chase. Michael Nemechek is still in the race. Ippolito is still in it. Greg Jones is still in it. Finge is still in it. Schwartz is still in the race, not in the championship. And Julie Stewart is really making it tough for any of these guys to make up points on her. It's really going to be a tough task for anybody to do Julie Stewart to win this championship. But anything can happen in 9 laps at Daytona. 17 cars remain in the race. That's going to be a... I think that number's probably going to get smaller before this thing is over. So here we go. 17 cars. We still have 5 drivers that could still win the championship. Oh, wait, no. Greg Jones and Jordan Ippolito are mathematically out. It's basically Julie Stewart, Jeffrey Finge, and Michael Nemechek. But the green flag is back out. Because remember, Greg Jones and Jordan Ippolito both needed to win. They can still do that. But they needed Julie Stewart to be the worst finishing chase driver, and we already have too many chasers out of the race for that to happen. So we can actually, mathematically, write off the other 2 drivers that we thought were still in this. I think Michael Nemechek was pretty much out of this, so it's more than likely going to be Finge and Stewart. Unless Stewart gets wrecked, then Michael Nemechek still could have a legitimate shot at this. Is now 3 wide into turn 3, including the point leader. Shuffle to the outside. Julie Stewart on the high side of the track. There's contact on the bottom. More contact further back. More contact. Oh my goodness. That was crazy. Schwartz is trying to make something out of his season. I mean, he made the chase, which is great, but he's just had a struggle in the chase. And what he just really wants to do now is just go out and win this race. Oh, Julie Stewart could be in a dicey spot. She's going to lose out on a chase point to the 07. Jeffrey Finge making a crucial pass on Julie Stewart. That's not going to get him the championship, though. This new point system is really confusing, but it's going to make it a lot more exciting. Sideways, Eric Burton, trouble, Julie Stewart's involved. Slight damage to the 9, but trouble is further up as well. Summers gets into Stewart. Julie Stewart's car destroyed. She's still going to be able to continue this race by the looks of it, but she is wrecked. And now look who's second. That's Jeffrey Finge, her championship rival. Julie Stewart on the top of the world for that restart, had the point lead, had the lead in general, and now she is shuffled back in 15th for this restart. Oh my goodness. Let's get a replay of what happened to the 26, most specifically, because he was the first one that got turned. But championship contenders are affected. Alright, here's a replay. I mean, going over the bumps, we said it. It's so tough at this racetrack. All the drivers just pretty much got loose, and it sent all the drivers into that outside wall, including the point leader, Julie Stewart. Wow. Jordan Apolito. Now, he was still in this chase for the championship, entering the race, but because Julie's not going to be the worst finishing chaser, he can't win it. But look at this. What a save by the 78. He was just dead sideways twice, and he didn't wreck. That's absolutely incredible. But then that was the critical contact when Summers ran into Julie Stewart. The same thing happened to Summers last week, but he got ran into. Now he runs into the championship leader. Here's a replay on board with Julie Stewart. Right here, it doesn't look very bad. She's got damage. She's going to be off the pace no matter what. And then right there, she got hit by Summers and then ran into the back of Devin Hargett, and that might have eliminated Julie Stewart from this championship chase. And the big part about it is she was the only championship contender caught up in that. And that means that there's still 4 other chase drivers in the field. So that's going to be important when it comes down to the end of the race. Let's get back to the restart where it's going to be Schwartz leading the field. After the most recent caution, the championship leader, Julie Stewart, has retired from the race. She's going to get 7 points towards the championship. She has 2 wins, which overall this is going to come really down to the wire as to who's going to win the championship. Because now Jeffrey Finge needs to finish either first or the second best finishing chaser, which is going to be tough to do, but it's still going to be very close whether Julie Stewart will win the championship or not. She's out of the race, and she could become the first ever chase driver to win the championship without finishing the race. Restarting on point is Andrew Schwartz. Second is Jeffrey Finge. So right now, I believe it would be Finge's championship. Third is CJ. Fourth is Carter Kozlowski. And fifth is Jordan Apolito. Sixth, Joshua Balkin. Seventh, John Dillon. Eighth, Anthony Emery. Ninth, Eric Burton. 10th, T.O. Bain. 11th, Dylan Young. And 12th is Michael Nemechek. So we still got 1, 2, 3, 4 with Michael Nemechek. So 4 chasers still left in the race. And Jeffrey Finge needs to be one of the top 2 finishing drivers to have a shot at beating Julie Stewart in this championship. And it's going to get very technical if Finge finishes second and ties Julie Stewart, because they both have 2 wins. And I'd really just have to go back to the stats to see who has the most second place finishes and all that stuff. So this is really going to be a very controversial race, I guess. Into the tri-oval, 3 laps to go immediately. Finge jumps to the outside. Finge's going to jump to the outside. Now he's probably going to cross over on Schwartz. He's got to make sure he doesn't wreck, because if he wrecks and no other chaser does get wrecked, it's Julie Stewart's championship. And it's funny because the 2 drivers that are battling for the championship, the 2 main drivers battling for the championship, are the 2 drivers that got in because of the wild card. And yeah, Michael Nemechek, you can pretty much write him off because he's already like half a straightaway behind, and we just restarted like half a lap ago. So it's going to be really tough. Now here comes Ippolito. He passes the 07. With that pass, the championship is back to Julie Stewart. But this time by, it's 2 laps to go, and Finge needs to find a way to be the top, one of the top finishing chasers. Actually, hold on. I believe he could afford the finish that he is in right now. I don't know, it's still so controversial. But this time by, it's going to be the white flag, and Finge is going to find a way to the front, or he's going to lose the championship. Well, he doesn't have to find his way to the lead, but he has to find his way to a good enough chase finish for him to win it. I think Carter Keselowski's holding up Finge more than anything. I don't think he's helping him. This time by is the white flag, and CJ Sorensen is out to about the biggest lead I've ever seen at Daytona. But the championship is up in the air, coming to the white flag at Daytona. Final time this season. Ippolito on the bottom. He has help from John Dillon, 2 chasers, and Andrew Schwartz and Finge on the outside. This time by. Last lap, John Dillon is sideways. That's going to allow Finge to get up into the 3rd spot. He's got 11 chase points right now. Finge's clear into 3rd. Now, it's CJ out front. Finge is going to have to draft with Schwartz and pass him. I think he can still hold back in 3rd, but it's going to be controversial. Final turns. Schwartz being pushed by Finge off the final turn. CJ leads. Schwartz and Finge. Finge jumps to the bottom, trying to get one last chase point, coming to the stripe. CJ wins, and it's still unknown who won the championship. Finge is going to get 10 chase points. It's going to be a tie, I believe, for the championship. This is going to be down to the wire. So, we got to calculate this for you. So, Finge is going to get 10 chase points. That's 3 more than Julie, which means it is a tie for the championship. And actually, one of the deciding factors, well, this isn't going to be one of the deciding factors, but Michael Nemechek just finished. He's actually going to get 9 chase points, which is going to put him 1 point short of both of the championship contenders. So that's pretty important right there. We're actually probably just going to have to calculate this before we can get you back to the finishing championship standings, because it's still completely unknown who won this. I think Finge might have just barely edged out Julie for this championship. So this is crazy. 2 wins. Oh, wait, how many wins does Finge? Yeah, Finge has 2 wins. And if he would have won that Texas race, this wouldn't have even been here. If he would have had 8 thousandths faster of a if he would have had 8 thousandths of a second faster of a car at Texas, this wouldn't have even been an issue. But remember, he had that 2nd place finish. I don't think Julie Stewart had any second place finishes this year, and that is probably going to be the deciding factor. And I think the championship will be Jeffrey Finge, the rookie. So this is going to be absolutely incredible. And CJ's being completely overshadowed by this. The season that he's had has been miserable. He enters this race. Where is he in points? He is actually he's 36th in points. He just won this race, and all the talk is about the championship battle being a tie. And I still don't know who got it. We're just going to have to completely make sure that the championship points are accurate. We don't want to mess that up. So we have, let's see, best finishing chaser is Schwartz. He's going to get 11 points. And none of this controversy would have came up if Finge would have been able to pass Schwartz, but Schwartz was able to hold him off, and that could have been the deciding factor for Julie Stewart winning the championship if she is able to get it. So 10 for Finge, 9 for Ippolito. Oh. Now this is something that we didn't notice. This might have changed it right here. So it is going to be Schwartz getting 11 chase points, 10 for Finge. Now, we have Michael Nemechek scored with 3, but it's really Ippolito getting that. So Ippolito gets 9 points, which I believe would put Michael Nemechek at 8. Oh my. Okay, that's putting Greg Jones at 7, and with that, that puts Julie Stewart 1 point shy of the championship. And we're gonna have to come back to you right now because we gotta calculate this all out because it's a good thing I noticed that. Otherwise, this could have been completely different. All right, we're gonna recalculate this for you and then get back to you for the champion announcement. All right, we're back, and we still can't make an official announcement yet because it turns out the miscalculation was I'm used to the I miscalculated because I gave the second. I'm used to the chase drivers winning these races, so when I calculated it out, I gave 11 to the top finishing chase driver, even though they were supposed to get 12. So it puts it back to a tie. Finge gets 11 chase points, and Julie Stewart gets 7. That means, wait. Oh, it's over for Julie Stewart. The champion is Jeffrey Finge. Jeffrey got 11 chase points. Julie got 7. That means it's going to be a 1 point advantage to the 07, and the rookie in the 07 car is going to win the championship by 1 mere point. Incredible. Who would have thought it would have ended this way? And Jeffrey Finge outdoes the veteran Julie Stewart, and if he would have passed Schwartz, it just would have been a lot easier for us. But there's the finishing order. Anyways, man, what an incredible way to end the season. A 1 point margin puts the rookie Jeffrey Finge in victory lane, and Julie Stewart very disappointed she wasn't able to win this championship. There's always next year. She has signed on to the 83 Burger King Racing team for next season, and wow, what a way to end the year. A 1 point margin, and so much controversy involved in it. So it's gonna be Jeffrey Finge being the champion, and CJ has been overshadowed by this, so we gotta re-congratulate the 40 on a big win, his first win of the year, and it's gonna probably make his season a lot better heading off into next year. So congratulations, CJ Sorensen, and congratulations, Jeffrey Finge. CJ Sorensen is going to get the celebration screen, and no celebration screen for Jeffrey Finge because that doesn't happen for the champion. But from all of us at the EPRL, we are going to release the point standings probably in a separate video. So congratulations once more to CJ Sorensen, Jeffrey Finge, and a tough break for Julie Stewart. She